in class. So let's look at that. So we have r of x equals 100x minus x squared. We have c of x, which is 1/3 x cubed minus 6x squared plus 89x plus 100. And we were asked here to, so everything is in thousands of units. So x of units, and that's x, and everything else is in, so profit in thousands of dollars. Okay, so they want us to find, they say, find the maximum profit and the number of units that must be produced to create that maximum. So, okay, perfect. So, first of all, we have to determine the profit function. And the profit function by definition is revenue minus cost. So I will write the profit function equals the revenue, 100x minus x squared minus 1/3 x cubed plus 6x squared minus 89x and minus 100. Let's try and simplify it a little bit. So negative 1/3 x to the third. Then we have plus 5x squared. Then we have 100x minus 89x minus 11x and minus 100. Let me check my numbers. So this is here. These two are here. These two are here, and minus 100. Good. So my next step will be to find p prime of x, which is negative x squared plus 10x minus 11. I have to find critical numbers. P prime of x equals 0, but p prime of x can never be undefined. I always have to check both sources of critical numbers. And when I write this equation, negative x squared plus 10x minus 11x, I always refuse to solve a equation with a negative leading coefficient. So I will multiply both sides by -1. I will factor. The product is positive 11, and
is the minus 11x supposed to be plus 11x? Because when you combine the
yes. Thank you. Yes, it is. So it's plus here, so it's minus here. Thank you. Very good. So we have minus 11 and plus 1. That's indeed correct. So x equals 11 and x equals -1. I'm checking my numbers now. Correct. So of course we cannot have negative 1,000 units. So x is 11,000. And I don't know what this gives. Well, I do. Maybe, but I have to show. So p prime of x and p of x and 0, 11, and whatever. Okay, so at 11 it's 0. I have to study the sign of the derivative. And the two solutions are -1 and 11. In between, it will be positive. How do I know? I just plugged in 0. Oops. Good. And now I have to put this in the graphing calculator and plug in 11. Good. So the function, does anyone have 11 plugged in here and give me the answer? Anyone has this, or I can determine it? Does anyone have P of 11? No one has P of 11. Okay then, no worries. So I am going to share my screen. Is this good enough, or do we have to determine P of 11? Is this good enough or not? Is anybody with me? Anybody? Okay. So 11, 182.33. And this is 330 because it's in thousands. So 182,330. Any questions? Is this okay? Do we have anything else? Is there anything else I can help you with? Anybody?
I struggled a little bit on, I think it was question 22 on the lunar, and I was wondering if we could do like another example from the book.
Yes. Can you choose one for us? That would be great.
I have to pull it up, just 1 second.
Excellent. Any problem. Good. Ready.
Do 21,
21,
329.
329. In 21, minimizing service area. So Mendoza's Soup Company is constructing an open top square base, open top, X, and the height, rectangular metal tank that will have a volume equals 32 cubic feet. And I know that the volume will be x squared times h. Area of the base times the height. What dimensions will minimize the surface area? And what is the minimum surface area? Perfect. So they want us to minimize the surface area. Okay, so the surface area, it says open top. So there is a base, which is x times x, and 4 sides that are equal in area. 4 base times height. This is our function, but it has a problem because it has 2 variables. I can't have 2 variables. I have to create a function that has only 1 variable. But I have this equation, and from here, I will solve for h. Can anyone solve for h, this equation for h for us? Oscar, will you be able to solve this for h for us?
Yeah, h equals 32 over x squared.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. So I have x squared plus 4x times h, which is this, 32 over x squared. Excellent. Thank you so much. Of course, I will simplify an x with an x. So now the function is s of x equals x squared plus the denominator is x, and I have to multiply 4 by 32, and I get 128. This is the function that I have to find the minimum for. Okay? First, I have to find the derivative. which is 2x minus 128 over x squared. One thing that I want to mention before we continue, when we differentiate 1 over x, we get negative 1 over x squared. Very important to remember. The same thing that I kindly asked you to remember, that the square root of x prime is 1 over 2 the square root of x. So these two should be remembered as you see them here. Okay, so when I differentiated 1 over x, I got negative 1 over x squared. Okay. So now s prime of x has to be changed into a rational function. It is a rational function, but I have to find the least common denominator, which is x squared, and I have to multiply this by x squared. So I have 2x cubed minus 128. Now I'm talking about critical numbers. So s prime of x can be 0 when the top is 0. In other words, 2x cubed equals 128. The other possibility is when x prime equals 0. I'm sorry, undefined, I meant to write. But that is when x is 0, but the function does not exist when x is 0. So remember, critical numbers come from s prime being undefined as long as the function is defined at that point, but the function is not defined at that point. So therefore, there is no critical number coming from s prime being undefined. So here, first I will divide both sides by 2, and I have x cubed equals 64, and yes, we have to take the cube root, so x equals 4. What does 4 give? I have no clue. I have to use the table to show what it does. Without the table, I cannot get full credit. Of course, infinity is not possible in this situation. We're talking about the box. Okay, so the derivative is 0. So now I have to study the sign. So here's the derivative. Oops, no, it's right here. So the derivative, the denominator is always positive. Don't even bother with it. Just study the sign. So when you plug in 0, you see that this is negative, and beyond 4, it will be positive. So we've definitely found the minimum, but I have to find it. So I have to replace x in the original function by 4, and then find the dimensions. Of course, x is 4, but I also have to find age. And age is 32 divided by 4, so age will be 8. And everything is given in feet. So x equals 4 feet, and the height is 8. Fine, but I still have to replace x by 4 in the original function. This is the original function. So quite easy to calculate. Okay, I'm just gonna calculate it here. So 4 squared, that is 16, plus 128 divided by 4. So 4 squared and 120 divided by 4. So the total surface area, the minimum surface area, is 48 squared feet. How are we feeling about this problem? Any questions here? Anything that we need to go back to?
Could you just quickly re-describe how you found the formula from the box you drew?
Yes. Yes. So we are asked to find the surface area. And since the base is a square base, all these pieces, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the back, are equal. So that's why I have a 4. The area of a rectangle, base times height. And I have to add the base of the tank. It says it has an open, it says, let me read it again. It says open top. square-based rectangular metal tank that has this volume. So the surface area will be the area of the base, which is x squared, plus 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same area. 4 times the base times the height. Was this the question, Kylie?
Yeah, so say it's not an open top, would you add another?
Yes, I would have here too.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Thank you. I just didn't know how to find that at first.
yes. Better?
Yes, thank you.
Other questions on this one or on any other problem? Do you need help with anything else? Are we okay with 3.5 optimization? Okay. Well, we can always go back. If you need help with anything, just let me know and we'll go back. So this is the absolute minimum. Min area. So if we work for a production line, we will have to let them know if you want to use the minimum surface area or minimum quantity of metal, make sure that you cut the base to be 4 by 4 and the height to be 8 feet. And you will definitely have a minimum area for the tank that holds 32 cubic feet of whatever. Okay, the next section is a little bit more abstract in a way. It's entitled marginals, differentials, and linear approximation or linearization. Both are the same thing. Okay. I would like to start with the last one, something called linearization. Let me see my video here. Okay, let me